Coming up on this episode.
You're coping with it by kind of being a douche.
And I just toss it off the boat.
I don't think I know what my end goal is anymore.
Saigo sits in the back of Diego's pond, penning a letter to be put in the magic envelope Ard uses to communicate with Aimon. It reads as follows. Thank you for finding me grandfather and giving him a proper resting place within the stone. A part of me always knew the odds of finding him still living were slim. Still, it's nice to know, to not have to wonder anymore. If you're ever back in the hold, send word. I'd like to thank you in person. But either way, I hope the Penumbra's been treating you well. May the stone watch over you, and safe travels, friends. Far to the east on Outpost 1, our party prepares for the talent show. After almost a week spent upgrading the Penumbra, learning new spells, getting over diseases, and bonding with the crew, everyone is ready to set out and find the 3 islands. We cut to the night of the 19th day of Last Freeze, with myself setting the scene for the talent show in Pioka's Drink. This is taking place at Pioka's Drink. If you don't remember, it's a wide, open dining area. There is a stone chimney. We'll have it lit for the ambiance. On the inside, there's a short bar kind of to the right that leads to an open kitchen and such. There's not really a stage, so they just like gather, to just like clear a space in front of the fireplace, and then all the chairs would be set up like facing it, and there'd be one table where the 3 of you would sit, Phosphorus, Renastiere, and Aimon as the judges.
I hit my buzzer.
I was going to say there's a microphone.
My feather cap
so,
makes a return
oopsies.
for this one.
Baptiste did want to go first. Do you care the order after that?
No.
Okay.
Whoever signed up, it's in the order that
Okay, word.
we went. But
Okay.
I will come out and introduce Baptiste.
Yeah, I will say everyone is there. Bogue, Mick, Pyoko, all of the workers. There's like 6 of them.
So there are other people.
Yes, it's
Can
not
we
just
have
your crew.
Archie run security?
Yeah.
If everyone's just here?
Protective security from who?
Our super expensive shit outside?
Yeah, but like, what, do we really need him to?
We've had security all day, every day. Why
You can
stop
have,
now?
I will say Perrin could do that too.
Yeah, and we have my top hat.
I'll give Perrin a gun. We're good.
Okay. I'm just saying. Been paying security all week.
He just got sentience. I don't want to take away the talent show.
Go back to your room, robot boy. No fun for you.
But yeah, you were saying Diego comes out.
So yeah, Diego would come out and hello everybody. Welcome to the first annual Penumbra talent show.
Ow! Annual? Sorry, I stubbed my toe.
We have our first contestant will be well, he really needs no introduction. He makes the best food in all the land. Made me cry once from how good his tea was. The one, the only, Baptiste Fontaine.
Yeah.
Seriously, gotta stop stubbing my toe.
Baptiste wheels out essentially what is the fantasy magic version of like a stovetop grill. There's a bunch of blitz crystals like layered under this metal sheet that he like wheels out, and he he smacks them all with a spatula or whatever, and it heats up the top, and he begins. He'll also have a side thing to prepare stuff on because he's preparing a meal while he does this.
Have any music during this time? I just kind of, I don't know.
Is this like does he want me to do like Gordon Ramsay? Should I just come up and yell at him and
No. Do not do that.
I think he might actually stab you.
For point of reference, Renastiere is leaning close over the table and scratching his chin very intently.
Okay.
Okay.
Covering his mouth and like whispering to Renastiere occasionally. Nodding.
I whisper back, but it's like nothing.
I'm
But
sitting
yeah.
at the table.
Watermelon.
He begins to cut up what look to be these very big hardy mushrooms, and he says, as many of you know, I am Baptiste Fontaine. And tonight, I would like to share with you the story of the runt of the litter. But yeah, he begins to like sear the mushroom on the steak. On the
Genius.
stove.
so
Genius.
incredible? He's cooking with a steak.
Very avant-garde style.
Yeah. But he says, yes, the runt was the youngest. He was the smallest. He spent his early days sick, barely holding on to life. No medicine could cure him. That is, until a stranger passed through town, heard of the poor pup. They cooked him a stew, so hearty, so full of flavor that by the time the bowl was clean, the runt was cured, though the stranger had left before he could thank them. He'll look to Renastiere, as he has a spatula of like mushroom, kind of like a hibachi chef, and he'll try to
open my
throw
mouth.
it to you.
What am I
Make an
going-
acrobatics check.
Well, he'll roll a ranged attack. It's a bomb. No.
My armor deflects it.
Well, no roll needed. I mean, this is such a basic thing. He can just toss it up, run it so you can snap it up easy. It's delicious, as always. And then Diego, he turns to you. Well, yeah, I guess he would. If beforehand he would have came to you, Diego, and asked if you could hand out the food as he cooked it.
Yeah, sure. I guess I can do that. It's not really my job.
I'm kind of just the host,
Yeah.
Last time I checked, I asked you to do things.
Yeah, I am the MC and the captain, but it's fine. I'll be a waiter today.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
I go and hand out.
You can hand it out as he begins. You see him reach down out of view, and he pulls out a huge hunk. It looks like butchered into its pieces, but almost like a full lamb.
Where the hell did he
And
get
a
that?
bunch of he spent his pay on this. He also starts mashing potatoes, but he puts the lamb on the grill as well, and he says, as the runt grew, he took up the knife and the ladle, cooking for his family's tavern. Some complained about a pup in the kitchen, but after the first bite, all that came from their mouths was the sound of eating. Though as time passed, the pup became a man, and complacency set in. The walls of his tavern became a cage, trapping his talent within them, so he left to Lochley, in the hopes of learning from the greatest cook of them all, Wide Stone Forge. Silence, please.
Aimon.
Renastiere, shut up. Aimon, be cool. God.
so good.
I'm wearing sunglasses. Yeah, dog. Keep it down.
But yeah, as the lamb and the mashed potatoes get passed out, if it goes without saying, best food you guys have maybe ever had.
Like licking my fingers.
Yeah. He begins to sear some fresh baked slice and toasted bread on the grill and the juices of everything that's been cooked on it.
What are we judging? Is we doing 10 out of 10? Like,
No, it's just
Five.
what you'll discuss.
Arbitrary.
You
Yeah.
discuss
Okay.
arbitrarily at the end,
And then pick one.
and yes, and then we'll put it in a little envelope, and we'll do a thing.
We should.
Winner
should-
doesn't get fired.
We should still do like the little panel.
Yeah, there
thing.
is no reward.
We should still do the little panel thing where we all comment on it, though, like the American.
Oh,
Idol
yeah.
thing.
I get what you're saying.
And for that
Yeah,
reason,
anything
I'm out.
else we can add to extend the length of this talent show?
Yes.
But yeah, he says, now Stone Forge does not walk amongst us mortals, but he has left several texts detailing his knowledge and work, though the royal clan are the only ones with permission to read them. So, the runt opened a restaurant. He would make a stew so divine that the queen would have no choice but to show him the texts. But alas, a vile high clan had his restaurant closed. A being covered in fur has no place in the kitchen, they said. His food undercooked, overseasoned, and unsafe, they said. Yet they had not taken a single bite. For if they had, they would have been powerless to resist its flavor. I'm not mad, and it's not about me. Damn it. This one he doesn't have to make because he made it ahead of time, but he does begin slicing up a cheesecake for dessert.
underneath the grill.
Yeah.
His set has been 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Diego's asleep.
So, with no place to go and nowhere to call home, the runt was lost until he learned of a crew looking for a cook. A change of scenery was exactly what he needed, and so he applied. Of course, he got the job. Farther from his family's tavern than he's ever been before, the runt has found a second family, a second home, where the tables are not always filled and the ingredients not always fresh, but the bellies are always full. And then he bows.
I stand up.
Okay.
Well.
Some people would follow.
Yeah, well, cool. That was neat. Wonder who
Excuse
that
me.
was about.
Is me. I need to clean this.
Okay, well,
And after our commercial break,
while he's cleaning it, I guess we will start introducing our next contestants.
You got to do the panel.
Oh, yes. What did our judges think?
Well, dog, I didn't know what to think at first. The story kind of it really pulled at the heartstrings. But in my book, you may have thought of yourself as the underdog, but right now, you're the top dog to me.
Well, that's all the time we have with the judges. Who's next?
Thres.
Thres.
And I think
Your mic came
Have Mike just still gets cut.
I actually really liked it.
But yeah.
Anyway, so our next contestant is a little bit abrasive, but I think everyone...
That's clear favoritism already. We love him. He
Clearly
made me
not
cry
as-
one time. This bitch.
I wasn't done. Anyway, this contestant's pretty abrasive, but I think we've all gotten to know this person a little bit more, and we've realized that there may not be... it may not be abrasive inside and out. Let me just say.
I don't think I've talked to her once.
That's why you're her favorite.
Of course, I'm talking about the lovely Thres. Come
Yeah.
on up here, Thres.
She'd walk up with little...
I use
Fanfare.
message to talk to the crew and make them clap.
She pulls up a chair and she sits it down, and she has maybe a foot long, like plank of wood, and she looks to the crowd and she says, "Idle hands are not good for me. I whittle, I carve." She like motions with her claw, meaning implying she does it with her claws. "I will carve something for all of you right now. What would you like?"
Well, I think I would love...
The ship.
Let's see. How about
Yeah, the ship sounds good
a
to me.
duck?
Yeah, the ship.
A
Sounds great.
duck.
Yeah, we'll do the shit.
Why do you guys always ruin everything?
She sits there in silence for about 10 minutes.
I'm enthralled the entire time.
Okay.
Camera zoom in, my eyes are twinkling.
I will be judging this the harshest
Okay. She rolled a 2.
because she's crafting.
No. Can I use my coin?
I will allow it. Okay, wonderful.
No, my love.
Oh, yeah, no favoritism
I
here.
use glimpse of redemption in the the
Guides her claws.
piece of wood resists her knife at first.
Obviously, there's not a lot of detail because she only had 10 minutes, but it is a pretty, while crude, a pretty good representation of the ship, to say the least. Like I said, it just lacks detail, but she seems pretty competent and skilled at it, and she just like takes it and like just holds it and then looks.
brings it to the judges.
Oh yeah, she'll set it
Yeah.
down.
Clap, everyone, clap, 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 clap.
I say
Well,
message.
Thres, do you have any other words?
Should we have a time to ask the contestants about their talent? Like talk to them? Or?
No.
Oh.
I do
Well
not.
spoken.
All right. Any words from the judges?
Well, dog,
No.
You know-
Anyway.
at first I wasn't sure what to think, but then I realized not only did you carve a place in that piece of wood, you carved a place in all of our hearts.
Well, that was really cheesy. Anyway, Thres, thank you very much. And we are here for our next contestants.
Would you like a duck?
Yeah, personally, yes.
Okay. She just nods and goes and sits down and
Okay,
starts to
cool.
whittle.
Put a top hat on the duck.
Would you like it attached or 2 separate pieces?
Ooh, you know what surprised me? Anyway, next contestants.
Okay.
Who are our next contestants?
We'll just go down the list of what I have. Well and Dreaming Snow.
Well and Dreaming Snow. I don't know what these two have concocted, so this will be interesting to see.
That's the whole intro.
That's
Everyone
it.
else got a lot more. Okay, word.
I-
Getting progressively
So many
less.
people are like really full of food and sleeping in
Yeah.
the chairs now.
Yeah, I mean, she just took 10 minutes to whittle, so
That's
I
fair.
gotta
Sitting
kind of
by the fire with
I gotta
full
get things
bellies.
going
Yeah.
a little bit.
I thought it was enthralling.
They both walk up. Well has a backpack on. You hear a lot of like clanking, what sounds like metal in it. But they both walk up. Well and Dreaming Snow. Dreaming Snow has Mango in her hood, as always. But she looks at all of you and she says, "Hello. I apologize. We did not have time to do anyone who was not on the crew of the Penumbra. So this will only involve the members of the crew. She kind of just like looks at all of the Outpost 1 workers. But in between our other work, Well and I have been working on a gift. Well did most of the heavy lifting, so I'll let him take it from here. And Well says, thank you. Yeah. Greetings for anyone. I'm Well. He kind of looks to all the Outpost 1 workers. So I made something if any of you noticed, Aimon's got one. It's kind of like a light rider, except you can, for lack of a better term, draw with it. So I made something for each of you. And I'll just go down the list as he pulls out a 1 foot flat square metal plate, line of arcane sigils on one of its sides, basically just like the plates that your light rider uses. And each time he lights it up, if you don't remember, it kind of makes like a 3D image of like just white light above it. He just runs his finger on the side, and I'll just go down the list. There's one of Thress, which is kind of a image of her looking out on the crow's nest with the starry sky above her, kind of like the perspective
This
of
is
down
like a
below.
3D.
Yeah, this is a 3D white projected image above the plate.
And they're all separate plates, or?
Yep, yeah,
Okay.
and he like will hand them out to each of the crew.
Oh.
So that one's Thress's. Weck, which is his brother, is him mid powerful pull of like the steering thing.
The wheel.
It's not a wheel, but it's like handles.
Column. The steering column.
Yeah, sure.
Shifting paddles.
Gills is him leaned against the deck of the ship, polishing his gun. It is with him with his old arm. It seems to be done before, or started before it was switched.
Memories.
Beula's is her standing on a chair, poring over all the maps. Baptiste is, very aptly, him apron on, stirring a big spot of stew in the little, like, countered off kitchen area. Archie's is a kind of a perspective shot of a profile shot of his side, a side profile as he looks out over the ship railing. And then we get to the fun ones. Renastiere, because it's your guys'. Renastiere, yours is you and Perrin, with you reaching up and like patting Perrin's head as he's kind of like down, he's not like fully up. So you're like tippy toes. Phosphorus, yours is sitting at your desk tinkering with something. And if you do look there with a little detail, they have your tattoo and everything of what's sulfur. Diego, yours is sitting, however you sit, relaxed at your tea table, drinking tea mid-sip.
So I am 90% of the time.
Hey, at least it wasn't the alcohol bottle.
Yeah, I was kind of worried for a second.
No.
So that one time you were hammered and sad,
You face down in a pile of vomit.
hanging on the ship's toilet.
God damn it. And then Aimon's, yours is a shot of you bandaging the wound. The only thing in the shot is just like the arm of like a nondescript humanoid, but you like bandaging it clearly mid-conversation with a joyful look on your face. But yeah. They hand all those out, and he says, I know did most of the work ahead of time, so it's not exactly a lot to show for talent. That's not his accent. Greetings, I'm Well and Weck.
You're both of them?
Not a lot to show for a talent, but there it is.
Well, that was fantastic. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Anything else? Any other words to say?
No?
All right.
Talkative bunch.
Not going to go to the judges this
Well,
time.
dog, I really wasn't sure what to
learned my
think at
lesson.
first.
I can tell I spent a lot of time on this.
But you
Kind of like my engineers.
really came together and crafted us a picture of the talent you have on display.
Okay.
I love you just trying to pull away from the judges.
Who is next?
Weck.
My mic
Weck.
is loud.
Well, we had Will. All right. And now we have Weck. So he's the other one.
It just Baptiste going first was the worst thing that could happen to everyone who went after him.
Seriously, you guys are taking so long for your talents.
Well, his took 2.5 hours.
You started this whole thing. You're like, man, listen, we've been here for like 40 minutes. Let's wrap this up.
Hey, do you still have that bell?
Some of you might have actually heard the sounds of this going on in the time that things were being worked on. But Weck walks up with a organetto, which is the thing you made him play. I know we talked. I forget what you exactly said, but basically, an organetto is an accordion, but it doesn't have buttons. You only play it by like the way you squish it together and such, whatever. But yeah, he comes up and he says, "Greetings, name's Weck. Now that I'll be playing for the worship team, I figured I better brush up on my skills.
I forgot.
So, put together a song for you. Like I said, it's all new to me. See how I go.
Amazing.
Bang average. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect from someone who's been practicing for a week, and from what it sounds like, played when he was younger. It's just like a quick, probably like half of a dwarven ditty, because it's like definitely not enough time for him to probably learn a full song.
I'm just imagining chopsticks this whole time.
But yeah,
This is called Wonderwall.
thankfully his is probably the quickest of everyone. It's just like a minute or so. And then
Awesome. That's not even entertain looking at the judges at this point.
Well, dog, I didn't know what to expect, but
God,
wasn't half
damn
bad.
it.
you really squeezed on
just
our
ring the bell.
heartstrings.
What? Anyway, thank you, Weck.
Of course.
Anyway, thank you very much. Do you have any other words to say?
He looks to you, Renastiere. He says, "Worship wins next."
Yep. Hey, save that for the chapel.
Wins.
Was it the 1st or the 10th? I forget. When do we decide on
I don't
It's
know.
been forever.
You have it like the same day every
You're
week.
the one in
so-
charge of this.
I think
it?
it's the.
It's been a hot minute since we played.
I believe it's the last day of every
I
week.
think so. I
Okay.
think it's last.
So 2 days from now.
Yeah.
2 days from now.
Tomorrow. Actually.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
it's tomorrow.
Hey,
tomorrow.
good warm up.
Actually.
Save those golden
My
arms for
apologies,
tomorrow,
Captain.
dog.
All right.
All right,
So
then.
thank you.
We're moving on to the next round.
Next person.
I love
Gil
all these
couple
like people
group.
that live on the island of like, what the fuck is the
Yeah.
worship team?
Gil, Archie, and Beulah are next.
Why does it involve music?
So now we have Gil, Archie, and Beulah. And nobody make fun of me for the short intro. There's 3 of them. I don't care. Let's go.
This one recently talked about mutiny.
Your idea.
You're tired of it?
You just can't be fucking bothered.
It's because everybody is irking me now.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking over me. I was made to be a waiter today.
He's a frustrated hostess.
Well, dog, I didn't know what to expect with you as a host, but I think you've hosted.
Oh my lord. Next group.
the worst excuse for a host I've ever seen.
They all come up. Gil kind of steps forward a little bit and he says, "Howdy, Gil, Archie, Beulah." He says, "I when this was first conceptualized, I was under the understanding we were doing it on the ship. So unless you want guns fired in here, I think we should step outside." He looks to Pyoko.
I look at Pyoko like, just, yeah.
Well, go for it.
Awesome.
We can
Okay.
patch the drywall. It's fine.
Yeah, I start getting like my crafting tools.
But Gil says, "We're doing a show of marksmanship. We'll ramp it up as we go. First thing we'll do is they'll open a window just to not be completely destructive. Granted, someone could miss and hit the window, and they'll set up 3 bottles.
They're also shooting a firearm in a closed space.
Yeah. And
Yep.
Archie's arm is probably the first time any of you have seen that. His hand kind of like sinks in and it twists a bit, and like the barrel of a gun comes out. And
It's just like a fucking cannon.
Gil draws his gun, and Beulah loads up her sling. 2 guns and a sling, and they all shoot. They all hit it. As 2 guns fire off, and a stone flies through the air, and they break the bottles. And they all kind of look, for.
Dang.
Next up, we had a little danger as Gil.
Oh, we're doing more. Okay.
Yep. as
Sorry.
Gil and Archie.
I walk out from in front of them.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still going?
Gil and Archie stand back to back, and they each put bottles on their head. And Beulah, like, very clearly nervous, takes a deep breath and
I just shoot a look to Aimon, like, get ready.
takes a couple
I'm ready
paces
to
back.
redirect the stone with wind.
Well, I'm thinking just heal.
Cutting wind.
Chain lightning on the rock.
Okay. Jesus.
And the 5 people around it.
Oh, she actually does it.
When he was
So that's good.
surprised.
She has a look of surprise.
She slings it up. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing, but it does just go through both of them and go to the ground.
I'll lean
and
over
they
to
kinda
Ren.
shake it off.
Much improved from her last performance.
Wow. where she got that.
Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
You know,
Someone's been
dog,
practicing.
I didn't know what to expect.
I don't
with
know
that.
if we're done.
Yeah, we got a one.
And I
more
still don't know what to expect.
as
Also,
thought you were a
please don't
child.
talk
Teach us
anymore.
Gil goes and Archie stand across the room from each other, and they each put a bottle on their head, and they each aim at each other. And Beulah counts to 3.
If we lose 2 crew members,
I think they can each take a
shoot
shot.
each other in the head.
I rolled 2 2s. So they both shoot each other in the shoulder.
But at least
wait,
they're both
Do we
metal.
get 2 metal ricochets?
Yeah, we'll call it both the metal. We'll call it Gil's arms. But yeah, so they line it up. Beulah counts, and for whatever reason, their aim's a little off. They both kind of move at the last second to shoot, but that kind of throws off each of their aims, and you hear 2 pings. Nothing too crazy, but
I immediately start to play it off like it was a comedy bit.
The camera turns so
Absolutely.
quick.
Wonderful.
The cutout music starts.
Wonderful.
I go over with like a 4th level healing emanation
Oh,
from
there
me.
goes the comedy
sure.
bit.
yeah.
Anyway, that was really funny.
That
anyway,
was quite funny.
we're going to move on to our next contestant.
Well, dog, you know,
Give him a round of applause, everybody. Unless you can't lift your arm right now.
I raise it for them like a wrestler.
Yeah. So we'll see who's next.
Pyoko.
Pyoko. And do we have more after that?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Mick.
I thought Pyoko and Mick
Saving
were
the best for last.
No, they're not together.
together, but
No.
okay.
I don't think Mick could do it with anyone else.
Pyoko. So we have our first contestant who is not a part of the Penumbra crew. So who did that?
We will find you.
God damn it, Aimon.
Don't know who did that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Pyoko,
Yeah, she walks up.
if anybody doesn't know Pyoko, here she is.
Well, they should know me because...
Yep, that was the joke.
This is my home. Oh, my bad.
Anyway, here we go.
Well, so I am doing an interpretive dance with my scarves. So if you'll be so kind to be completely silent for this, thank you very much.
I'm finding the leftover plates of mashed potatoes and like whispering. Like,
I have some of Baptiste pepper in my nose.
what?
She's clearly somewhat acrobatic for a barkeep, but she's at the end of the day, she's a little frog spinning with scarves
I
everywhere.
love that this is just like in the middle of nowhere, just like very average talent show.
Yeah, and then
I don't know what I expected.
it goes on just long enough to where you're like, that was a little too long. And then she finishes with like a flourish and then like bows.
That was it. Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Pyoko, our esteemed hostess
Aimon dozed off quietly.
and a wonderful participant. Thank you, Pyoko. And now, last but not least, the guy who smells knees, Mick.
Yeah, Mick walks up.
Please don't touch my knees.
I don't like people.
Okay, yes.
But I'm going to make this pickle, and he pulls out this big pickle, disappear. I'm going to make it disappear, and it's my last one. Okay,
forgot he
ready?
likes
Don't do
pickles.
anything drastic.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
So you can't, I thought I was going to cast invisibility.
Yeah, he eats it in like 2 bites and then runs.
What the hell was that? I don't know.
Well, dog, what the fuck?
Yeah, he goes out, and then you a couple seconds go by, and you hear his cottage door slam.
Yep, okay. That's about what I expected, to be honest. Anyway, give a round of applause for whatever the hell that was. Anyway, judges, if you will see me outside for a moment.
The ship just pulls away in the background.
Look, we don't have to pay them all.
We will have some quick discussions. If everybody enjoy the festivities, thank you all once again for making sure that you're not leaving your alcoholic drinks unattended because I am an alcoholic. Thank you. But
Let's all have a
thank you
thank-
guys for all being understanding and not leaving half-finished drinks around.
Big thanks to our host tonight, Diego, Captain.
Well, we're not
Diego.
done with the things. We can do that later after we do announce the winner.
Sounds good. Aimon walks out.
From a quick word from our sponsor, and I run out the door.
I just walk out.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Aimon is
we
lighting
go
a
outside.
cigarette before he even gets outside.
Pioco's Drink, the only place in Outpost 1.
You literally have no other choice. But yeah, you guys all go.
you
Spend
smoke-
your money
you
here
smoke
or
now?
nowhere. Eamon's been smoking for a while.
Cigarettes?
Yeah, dwarven cigarettes.
Oh, that's bad for you.
Takes a pull of alcohol.
Haven't said anything yet.
I can he can take, to be fair, he can regenerate his lungs.
Does that work with cancer?
No, but
I think it makes it worse.
Can't what?
Yes, I think that's.
but yeah,
What the hell's
Anyway,
cancer?
you guys are
so
outside.
here's the deal. You guys are going to need to vote on who did the best. There's 3 of you, so it's fine. Just put it in a little envelope, and I'll announce the winner. I would just say don't do Baptiste.
Or the 2 people that shot each other.
Yeah, probably not them.
Yeah, we
unless-
don't want to encourage that behavior.
Why not Baptiste?
I just think his was a little bit of a cop out. He was clearly did the thing that everybody likes the most, but that's just also because
That's his job.
he just cooked.
Oh, I was going to put it down because he's an expert of his craft, and that was
Hey, but is that really a talent?
Yeah,
storytelling.
I mean, if Beulah went up there and just did maps, I would be less impressed.
Yeah,
That's just
I mean-
a job.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I went up there and was obnoxious all day,
Well,
then
yeah, I mean, you did.
I'm so
kinda
glad
do
you
that.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
would anybody be impressed by that?
That would've been a
I mean, I
problem.
wasn't impressed. If that's what you're asking.
Okay, well, I do have feelings.
do you have the envelope for putting these in?
I don't. What? Sure.
Where did we get the envelopes?
Well, you said put it in the envelope.
I said in a envelope. I was
Where are we
assuming
supposed
you
to
guys
find
would
an
figure.
envelope?
I have a
Islands.
fucking envelope. God damn it! Why do you guys make some things so difficult?
I was
Okay,
hoping this was
on-
great. This was really
On a side note, I do have an item that can help with addiction.
Really?
Yes, it's an item I can make.
That
it
would be
makes you alcohol.
actually helpful if you're not pulling my leg,
I'm not. It's a straight up item.
because it is very difficult right now.
Okay. Let's wait till
I have
tomorrow.
a headache for like 7 days.
All right.
It's not great. I was functioning purely on wine and tea for a while there.
I noticed.
I think well in Dreaming Snow.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear the conversation. I'm just saying, don't pet Baptiste unless you really want to. I just think it was kind of a cop out, and he already knows how much we adore everything about him. So
He doesn't need the extra.
yeah, I mean, honestly, his cooking it's the best.
it's
He knows
immaculate.
it.
Yeah, yes.
But
There's no competition, really. I mean,
and then
so
and then
Mick.
and then not Mick, because what the hell was that? Anyway, I'm going back inside.
this
How
was
you were
great, by the way.
I love how you were like, you do whatever you want, but don't do this and don't do this, and definitely don't do this. But yeah,
As much as I would like to say, someone in particular, I feel like I'd be outnumbered.
I agree.
Well, I was probably going to
Gil
do
did not do
either
a great job.
Thress or Well in Dreaming Snow.
Well in Dreaming Snow gave the whole crew something.
The only-
They
custom
did
and
also do it
specific.
off stage.
They did do it off stage, and this was more than just the crew.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
You know, we're trying to go for mass market appeal. Needs to be on.
I don't
TV.
think any of our, other than Baptiste, have mass market appeal. I mean,
never
Thress
underestimate
did
the
carve
furries.
carve a ship in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Which
it
is
it's actually decently
not
carved for the
bad.
amount of time.
one of them did only pick up an instrument last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that a pity give?
Yeah, it is. I just really want him to keep being on the worship team. I'm going to be honest with you. I
Who do you
can't lose him. I have no other musical options.
Who do you
Well,
think needs
We're saying
the-
this out
needs
loud
to
right
win
next to the
most?
open window.
Is this a
And they
pity
suck.
gift?
They
Yeah.
all suck.
Yeah, Gil's just cleaning up the glass.
Our
listening.
crew has so little talent.
Well, let's just write down the names without talking. We'll put it in
Well,
the
no, because we
envelope
might
that
get a
we're given.
tie.
Yeah. How can we get a tie? There's 3 people.
We can each
Well,
vote for
that
someone
doesn't mean
different.
3 people win. I guess this doesn't matter.
Should we narrow it down to 2
Is
at
there even a
least?
prize? What are we
No,
giving
there's
out?
not.
I
You
mean,
just-
we could, if we're going that route, we could just say your winner to everybody.
I honestly, my first pick was gonna be Baptiste. It's
I feel like that would ruin morale a little bit if it's just the guy doing the thing that he does.
That's why I think the people that give everyone a gift, other than obviously the people that are not in the crew.
You know, I think it's not
Special,
it's not
custom.
it's not traditional for a talent show, but I think that we should give it to Dreaming Snow and
at the very least,
well,
that's 2 people.
or Wick.
all right.
Yeah. Was it well? Oh,
Yeah,
it's well.
Well, one of those two. I get
Wick
mixed.
plays the
All
instrument.
dwarves look
The
the same
only
to me.
two people on the worship
They're
team.
twins.
Yeah, point stands.
But yeah. So
They're not
you're doing
identical
Dreamy
twins.
Snow and Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
you
write
guys
the
come
names
back
down
in?
and put them in the
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
And then you give it to Diego.
All right, everybody.
How's everyone looking?
Anybody
Like,
nervous?
excited?
I mean,
Anybody hurt in their shoulders?
No, they're doing all right. I'm not gonna lie. Mick was a bit of a mood killer, especially following Pyoko, because it's just like sitting in
A
silence
10-minute
and then like
quiet interpretive dance.
no one else has really interacted with Mick. So he just like went up, said he hated people, ate a pickle, and then literally ran away. So I mean, more confused than anything, but overall, it's about as joyous as it normally is. When you guys can all congregate here at the end of the day, anyways.
I'll cast message to Renastiere and say, hey, can your worship team play any tavern tunes after this? Maybe like get things.
Well, it's a little sacrilegious, but I'll see what I can get together.
Thanks.
Okay, are we done talking to each other in our
We're-
minds? All right.
How did he know that?
You guys
What
just
the
stared
hell?
at each other
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes.
We're mouthing it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you actually are technically whispering to each
Yeah.
other. It just goes from.
I'm standing right next to Diego while I'm doing that.
We're standing right next to each other using message.
But yeah. You go.
Well, I would just like to take a second to say thank you, everybody who participated. And I think everyone did a fantastic job. Not Mick, but everyone else did a fantastic job. Although that was pretty quick to eat a pickle. Anyway, I digress.
I can't overstate. That pickle was huge. It's a big pickle.
Well, I will
Change my
have
vote.
my associate open this envelope here. I have not seen the results. All I've discussed with them is outside was how to put the results in the envelope, and not
knew
how,
how.
but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Anyway, I just hold the envelope up to my top hat, and a little hatch will open up,
Yeah.
and Gail will, I don't know, just like open it like a letter opener.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got little like pointy
Yeah.
He just cuts it in half.
prong type things. But yeah.
I only announced one winner.
It's winners are Drem and what?
Yeah.
So the winners of the first annual
bi-weekly.
Penumbra talent show are Well and Dreaming Snow.
Yeah. Everyone gives a round of applause. They come up.
Yeah, come on up here.
They come up.
Thank
you.
I shake their hands,
Okay.
and I don't know. I guess I give them the letter. Like there's two of them, so I give one the letter. I give one the
You
like
hold it up to Gal,
the
he actually
envelope.
cuts it in half. Yeah. Yeah.
I give
Yeah.
one the
They-
envelope
they
that's
take
cut,
it.
and then the one the letter.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't have anything to give you, but it feels right to give you something at this moment. But that that concludes it.
Drink on us for those two tonight. You can't cast message. You're just
I'm saying this out loud. I know that.
Go see Renastiere if you want drinks.
Well, we heard him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. You heard me.
Sounds good.
So everybody, round of applause for
I come out
everyone
with a
who did
big-
everything.
A big check that says free drinks tonight.
So thank you for putting up the big free drink sign right in front of me. So
It's blocking
neat.
your face.
Pyoko comes up to you, Phosphorus, and she's like, she points to the bullet holes in the ceiling as they ricochet off.
I'll fix it.
Okay. Thank you.
The
for
ceiling.
a price.
Well, yeah, because they ricocheted.
I'm gonna take the elixir that gives me climb speed.
Okay.
I'm like, just gonna like be on
Yeah,
the ceiling.
yeah.
Everyone, there's like a jaunty tune. You hear,
The bone fragments on the floor from people's shoulders.
They hit metal.
yeah.
Both their
They
shoulders?
put bone in the metal. Yes.
It hit mithril.
What skill is carving?
Crafting normally. She's unique, so I just use her claw attack modifier. But yeah, normally it would probably be crafting. Yeah. Anything for the rest of the night?
I
Yeah.
will approach Thress at some point.
Okay.
We don't have to do that right away.
No, I was actually gonna walk up to him, to Diego. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, I was just about to leave.
Sobbing.
And kind of also been an alchemist, kind of figured I could do this. I will just craft really quick addiction suppressant, Basically, it'll make it seem like it'll get rid of all the negative, like you just took whatever you're addicted to. So it just gets rid of any negative related to it. I don't think you actually have the negative.
I don't have like mechanical.
For roleplay reasons, it probably does help a lot.
Yeah. If you just want to see me, I can make this at least once a day. It'll help you every day.
Yes, please. I drink it and like I have something to do, and I go back to the ship.
Your headache would like vanish.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so you go to the ship. Is there a reason you go to the ship?
Yeah, I would just, I guess, I don't know. I would use like paints or something, but I would find like a spot in like the public room to like make like a section that just says like talent show winners.
Oh, I got what you're saying.
And
Yeah. Well and
Dreaming Snow.
Just so it can join into my mind. Or not conjoin. God damn it.
Conjoin.
Conjoin twins are a thing.
Yeah, and whatever. Maple. What is it? What's the bat's name?
Mango.
Maple.
It's close.
I was gonna say apple.
Yeah.
So.
Maximus.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't know. Does Mango deserve credit?
I mean, you're the one writing it.
Oh, damn
Mango
it.
technically
Put in
did
parentheses.
nothing, but asterisk Mango.
Yes, I will put Mango's name in parentheses next to
Okay.
Dreaming Snow. But yes, and clearly there's room for like more.
Yeah. Do you rejoin after?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. You want to talk to Thress?
Yeah, like I assume probably.
She's more social than normal. It seems like she's at a table with Gil and Archie and Wellenweck.
Yeah, I'd try to sit near her.
Yeah.
So,
We'll say they're like playing cards or something.
oh, wait.
Something fun.
Well, I feel like that would be rude to interrupt.
Well, you can join. You can
Okay,
just
yeah.
like be playing too.
Yeah, I guess
Be
I'd be
dealt
playing
in.
too.
Yeah.
Deal me in. And I'd like, as we're playing along, sort of
Yeah.
general conversation, I'd just be like, it was really brave of you to go up there tonight. Didn't take you for the spotlight type.
I don't find it brave. She seems like genuinely confused.
Well, I don't know. For me, I'm not too social myself. It typically takes a lot for me even to do the chapel thing, stand in front of everybody. The show, genuinely good talent. It's, to me, I guess I'm envious of that. You just seem confident up there.
What would you have done if you had to show off a talent?
Ooh, I'm not as much of the showman type. I guess for me, it'd probably be something related to my muscles. That's the only thing I've worked at for many years. Doubt anyone wants to hear me preach any more than they already have. But make a spectacle of it as much as I can. I'll probably ask Diego. He knows how to make a show of things, even tonight. As chaotic as it got, I think everyone had a good time with it.
As long as you don't shoot anybody. And she kind of looks at Gil, and he's like, always the kidder.
Well, the good thing it was your
God
fake
damn
arm
it.
there, bud.
Yeah. Hurt just as much, to be honest with you. Lost the same amount of hit points. It's crazy.
How do you have a health bar above your head?
Oh, you can see that too?
Oh no.
Thought that was a me thing.
It's a dwarven leaf.
He thought he was the protagonist the
yeah.
whole time.
Yeah, until you kicked his ass. And we're like, we don't kill people. He's like, damn.
Yeah. We don't kill people.
Yeah.
People
We kill
people.
androids.
I've killed a lot of people.
Same.
She says, would you like something carved? I could carve Perrin.
Ooh, did I get my duck?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would like.
I would have put that in my room.
She rolled a nat. It is impeccable. Nat 20.
And the top hat is removable.
Yeah.
You think it's an actual duck in your room with a top hat.
Every morning you wake up, you're like, oh.
Shoot. Oh my god. Oh, okay.
It quacks.
But yeah.
Yes, I would appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, that's what the response they're asking if you want Perrin carved.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
She starts carving into pear.
She says, okay. And then she immediately folds her hand and then goes to start doing it.
Well, I mean, you don't have to do it right away.
I would prefer to.
Okay. Yeah.
She doesn't go anywhere. She still just sits there, but she just starts carving.
Oh,
it.
okay. I thought she
Yeah, no.
Stand
Yeah, leave.
walks out of the room.
No,
Say bye.
And by the end of the night,
The duck. She was too much in duck mode.
The dog is crazy.
Oh no, Perrin just looks like a duck.
Pterodactyl with a bill.
Yeah, it's not. Honestly, by the end of the night, she would be like,
Let me retry.
yeah, pretty much. She'd be like,
Maybe she's nervous.
Maybe she drank too much.
Maybe both.
Maybe she's just bad at carving.
I'll have it to you by tomorrow.
My duck says no.
Take your time, as long as it needs.
Why don't you roll perception?
19.
19. Yeah, there's you definitely pick up an air of that. She is a little frustrated that this is the one she really fucked up on.
As I'm playing with my duck in the background.
Yeah, for sure. The carving this one definitely meant more to her than carving the duck with a top hat for Diego.
Meanwhile, this is the greatest
Beautiful.
gift Diego has gotten.
Yeah, dude, he's all
Probably
on
ever.
His headache's gone and he has a cool duck.
Yeah.
the 10
This
out
is
of
a
10
great
night for
day.
Diego.
The best it gets.
Yeah. Aimon. As things are going on.
I'll just be out. I'll be sitting by the open window,
Okay.
smoking.
Baptiste walks over. He sits across from you.
Wonderful job tonight, Baptiste. As usual, your food was unbelievable. Amazing.
Was it?
Absolutely. I went back for thirds.
I have a question I've been meaning to ask you. He seems like frustratedly serious, kind of. Not mad.
Well, if
but
you're
like,
asking about compensation, that's all Diego. That's all Captain.
no,
I don't-
it is not about gold. It is about cooking.
Okay.
I have noticed when you eat my stew, you appear to reminisce. So I was curious as to who made a stew that makes you wish you were eating theirs when you were eating mine.
You got
I'm
time
not
for a
mad.
story?
I just wish to meet the cook who has done this. No one has ever looked like they have missed something while eating my stew. It is my thing.
I look out the window for a second and breathe out my smoke, and you see my eyes like well up just a little bit and then go back down. Well, it's an old friend, old friend of mine, and he would make stew quite often. Have you ever been to Wakuzana?
No.
Yeah, well, you should go sometime because that is where this master chef resides. If you ever go there, go to Ward 3. I believe he's still there. Be a temple to Zetzios, sanctuary, if you will. And you'll find the person there, the person who's sort of in charge of the temple, name's Kier. I'm not surprised you haven't heard of him. It's kind of a niche thing, but
Are they a cook? They must be.
more of a specialist, I would say. Kier makes one thing and one thing only, and it's stew. Probably spent endless hours.
That is what I have done. Okay. Yes.
I'm not saying it's better than yours.
You did need to.
It's just fond.
You did not need to.
Baptiste,
If anything-
I promise you, your stew is
it is not
it's
about this.
amazing.
It is not. I am not angry with you, Aimon. I am just frustrated. But at the same time, it means I have so much more to learn. I have heard you are from there. We must go sometime.
As soon as we're ready to go back to Wakuzana, you come with me and try it and tell me what you think.
I will do anything to apprentice under this specialist.
Methods are a bit unorthodox, I must admit.
The best ones always are.
Let me just tell you, Baptiste Fontaine.
Thank you.
A glimmer of hatred.
Yeah. No.
There's not too many foods that I go out of my way to eat alone. And this was one of them.
That's beautiful. I have much to think about.
Just
It was
sitting on
like
the
feels
deck
kind of
staring
bad.
up
It's
at
like
the moon.
Yeah.
I pass him a cigarette.
No,
Oh, sorry.
I do not. I must go. And he goes back to the ship and he starts workshopping stews.
Like I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anything else specifically you guys want to go over that evening?
Not unless somebody approaches me.
No, nothing too crazy happens. It seemed, obviously there's been a lot of time off camera, so to speak, of the crew bonding, but like, needless to say, everyone enjoyed the night for sure. It's nice to have it's one thing to just like hang out after a long day's work. It's another thing to like have a purpose to that hangout, if that makes sense.
Is there like tavern
almost-
shanties going on right now from the worship team?
Almost like somebody
They're
had
just-
this idea to bring everybody together and nobody wants to come and approach him about it. That's cool.
Almost like someone tried to specifically thank you for it, but you shut it down.
All of the tavern music is
I was waiting for it to be at the end. You left.
because of our practice.
I don't remember. I did leave.
Yeah, you did leave. You were like later, and then you left.
Because of our practice, all of the music that they're playing is just worship music with the lyrics changed to like bar things.
Okay, word. Again, pretty
Praise beer.
bang average music. But yeah,
Round beer.
I am carving a sigil in the engine room,
okay.
or a glyph. It'll be a 7th level disintegrate.
And what is the trigger?
And someone invisible.
Okay.
Make sure you
entrance?
tell the fucking crew.
I am telling
Yeah.
all the crew members
Entrance.
to start with.
Okay.
I can put 5 down.
Okay.
I will be covering the floor of the engine room with these.
Okay. Cool. Hello, GM Jack here with a quick spell explanation. Phosphorus is casting Glyph of Warding, which is a spell that stores another spell within it that goes off when a certain trigger is met. In this case, Disintegrate being the stored spell, and something invisible entering the space of the glyph being the trigger. However, the glyph can only store a spell at least one level lower than the level Glyph of Warding is cast at. And since 7th level spells are the highest spells Phosphorus can cast, that means he can only store a 6th level Disintegrate, not a 7th, so slight correction there. The glyphs are barely visible, needing a successful perception check against Phosphorus' spell DC to notice, so it's not like the Penumbra decks are now visibly covered in magic glyphs. Essentially, it's just a highly customizable magic trap that remains in place until Phosphorus either dismisses the spell or the glyph goes off. Now back to the action.
Well, good night.
As the night wraps up, everyone finds their way to their places.
And no one's
we
been working
s-
shifts at night, right? Now that
No.
Ron is.
Unless you wanted to.
We have slumber
does Archie sleep.
parties.
Probably just Archie.
I mean, people probably stayed in their shifts, I would assume, just to stay on this
But not
sleep
working, yeah.
schedule.
Yeah, that's fair.
So some people had just woken up and gone to the talent show. That's so abrasive.
Yeah.
We could have changed it for them. I don't know.
I'm just kidding. That's awesome.
I would tell everybody that we're going to leave on the first shift change.
Okay. So 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm. So be prepared
I would
for
go
the coup
give,
of a century.
I would go give an extra 10 gold tip to the people on the island.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
all of them, even the pickle eater,
Like individually? Or as a
Yeah.
group?
individually.
Okay.
Damn, Eamon's money bags over here. You could
That's 40, right?
slide some of that in the treasury.
Well, you want to do it to like the important people or everybody?
The important people.
Yeah. So it's 30. There's only 3 important people.
Perfect.
You know, the treasury could
fuck.
use an influx of cash.
Service for Zenode is happening the morning before you guys leave. So, yeah, just before you guys would leave.
They probably just would have had it. I don't know how much we need to
Okay.
role
Yeah, I guess
play.
unless Beulah's...
'Cause, like, I feel like-
we don't know him that well. Wellen Weck also follows Stone Mother Leno, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Is that one of them? I would probably work with them to do like a more proper dwarven burial since the time, like we did one before, but like I wasn't aware of it very
Yeah.
well. So I'd probably just work with them to make it more specific to Stone Mother Leno.
Yeah. He's buried on the island. Has a headstone. Made of stone. As they have to be.
I guess Archie probably attends the funeral too.
Beulah, I imagine.
I assume everyone would
Everyone.
attend. All of the crew would want to. It was
Really?
kind of like it was kind of like their first
Oh, I
main
guess then I'll
job.
attend.
Fuck, I wasn't planning on this.
Oh, honestly, I was like, I didn't really know the guy. Like, I respected him, but like, I was like, I don't have to be at the funeral.
I'd
So-
be
Yeah, everyone
proctoring.
carved
everyone
his
would
body
go.
from the
There
ice.
would nobody Wellenweck or dwarves.
He
Yeah, I
thought
guess
he
I would
might-
want to be there to support the people who are actually
He thought
really
of my
affected
desk.
by
I
it.
feel like I know him pretty
Um,
closely.
But yeah, Bogue and Wellenweck actually, Bogue wouldn't. He would help set it up and get the headstone made and everything, but he wouldn't actually like run it. Well and Weck probably would, and then Archie would say a few words. Nothing too crazy. Just basically thanking everyone for how kind they've been with this whole kind of situation, and just a quick couple things about Zenode and how Archie's thankful and happy to be continuing his work with the crew and all of that. And that all happens with the sun coming up. It's still very cold. Like I said, the service probably wouldn't be very long. Nothing too crazy. And yeah, then you guys are loaded up and ready to go.
What island are we going to first?
The volcano one with the apparatus.
Better be the one north.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank God. Out of the cold.
And into the frying pan.
I mean, it's going to be cold the whole way.
Fuck.
That's why we have a heated ship.
Someone want to make a dice roll, 11 or higher, you have the wind at your back.
17.
You have the wind at your back, so your speed's 40,
Yep.
which is 40 is 96 miles a day. So a
Dang.
little over 4 days. Because it's 96 because you are traveling 24 hours.
Yeah.
24/7.
And our ship just has more bulk now, right? Or like more room for
Plus
more
20.
bulk. Sweet.
Today is the 20th day of the last freeze.
Yes.
It is the first day of the week, last day of the week.
And we're still doing, we are noon
Last
to
day of the
midnight,
week.
Diego and Aimon, right? Noon to
Yes.
midnight, and then
Chapel time.
And pretty much
yeah.
and every time I get up, if you just come find me, you can get the addiction suppressant.
What time of day is that again?
Question, Renastiere. For the sake of having just done a big roleplay thing.
We don't have to roleplay it.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Perfect. I was also going to say the whole service could kind of be the chapel time as well.
Yeah.
If you want to do it that morning.
Yeah, I feel like role-playing the chapel thing.
I do
will
want to tell
be-
you, I have stuff for a lot of the crew.
That's what I
who
was
want
going to
run it.
ask.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would just be like, if nobody signed up, we
be-
can
yeah.
stock standard say just it's me going through different things about
Uh-huh.
Zetzios and stuff.
Gil and Beulah are more than willing to do it.
Cool.
So one of them will do the next one. Anything specific about those 4 days? I assume you want. Well, so you can either have Beulah chart a course, or have her work on her stuff. Finding more.
Let's have her.
Yeah, let's have her work on her stuff.
I was gonna
say
say chart a course.
Well, because we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, and then we can have her chart a course when we
get closer.
there.
Yeah.
Well, she can't because she has to have maps of the area, and the whole point is that you don't know where you're
Okay.
going.
Well,
But basically, what you're
Yeah,
at,
Captain.
do you want progress on where the other places might be, or do you want to get there faster?
As for the other places,
yeah.
Yeah, she's not working. She's completely done with her part of this place. Now you guys need to get to that area and actively start looking.
Yeah, well, I would say I want her to chart a course because we can stop. Like, there's still no like major urgency for us right now,
Yeah.
so we don't have to like be on this time.
And charting a
crunch.
course doesn't take all day. So what I'll do is she can chart a course and then take a -4 and then also make progress.
Yeah,
on
and
the
that's
progress
and that's
part.
fine if she wants to do that.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I would say is that once we get close enough, or once we're in uncharted territory for her, like she should map stuff out.
Okay. Yep.
You know,
Could
just to keep a better working map of the area.
Yeah.
Could I have a conversation with Beulah
Yeah.
and Archie?
Yes.
And Archie. I'll probably do the more of the conversation part with just Beulah and then relay all the info to Archie, if that works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she'd probably just be,
Yeah. On that kind of spot where all of the maps are.
I'd just be
Working
during one
away.
of the days when,
Yeah.
probably when I'm off, so I'm not
Yeah.
above deck
Okay.
or on deck.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Beulah.
Mhm.
I've been thinking as we get closer to our destination or our destinations, and we're working on all of this. Just over the past week or so, I've been able to read a lot of the works of Zenode that you've collected, and I know that you're very familiar.
Yep.
Obviously, we don't have to make anything super official out of it yet, but I think it could be a useful piece of work to. I'm just going to ask up front. How do you like the idea of putting together a writing or a book per se, continuing the work of Zenode? in partnership, not just notes. I know we all have our separate things we're learning, the separate things we're doing, but I think it'd do an honor to his memory to put something together in a more official sense or in a more organized sense.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
I know you have, but in a form of also everyone else's, such as Archie, such as myself, such as what we learn as we go. You're most familiar with his style of writing. You don't have to mimic it by any means, but just something to make it, more official. Something to come home with that we could possibly give to, I work at an arcane assembly with a great myriad of books and places to learn, and I think something like this could do a lot more use than just being on your desk or even just in local eye.
Yeah, I agree. I one of the it's not super important, but that's like one of the big things with Sansamel is not just accumulating knowledge for no reason, but passing it on. So I've been doing that, but it would be nice to get other people involved because it's just a lot of stuff to go through, and Archie probably knows a lot more about it, the particulars than me.
Yeah, I didn't know you'd already been. I know you'd been studying. I didn't know that was the intention, was to pass it on.
Yeah, I gotta just like he documented it, and then I found it and was like, yeah, I gotta figure this stuff out too. So hopefully that happens.
So you seek to be more than just a navigator someday, some sort of research or publishing works?
Well, but I mean, maps are my first love, but the other stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you have time, it doesn't have to be a daily thing. Maybe once a week or something like that, you and I and Archie could get together. And if you have time in between your cartography and your training with Ren and all that, maybe we could start to put something together, or at least get a bit of a thesis going.
I am running worship.
You are? Okay.
Week, so I'm a little.
How about we just
full up.
How about we just wait till next week to start?
I will tell you without a roll, she seems a little nervous about the idea of running worship, but
worship or the actual service,
whatever it is.
Yes,
she's
whatever
giving
the wording
her,
is, but like
her,
she's
yeah.
the
Worship
her
would be
and
her,
her
like,
God are the main thing
gotcha.
of the coming.
Yeah, worship would be her singing.
Sure.
I just want to point something out for Taylor, just as Aimon would know, that in Umbra's will, specifically he asked Diego to write something. So I don't know if you like would think about that when you're thinking about this, but
maybe. The kind of books you tend to be into were not ones of like the researching type thing. So that's why it didn't come to mind.
Right. But yeah.
Good editor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
Well, the idea was too to go around and get things from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if that sparks something when I mention it to you.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
I wanted to say it out of game just in case Taylor out of game forgot
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aimon is not purposely trying to be like, how about we all write a book, and Diego doesn't.
No. I also follow the logic of like, this is not the kind of book that Diego would want to write. Yeah. So that's not what I'm thinking.
Well, especially now that I know Sansamel's involved, I might be able to use this to also get more out of you about that. So,
that's a good idea. That's those 3 years
Sansamel loves when you
work
pass on information.
Yeah.
Not just keep things to yourself.
That's the point.
But yeah.
Exactly.
Anything besides that?
I would just then, if she says yes to that, pitch that idea to Archie. And I guess we could role play through. I would mention it to Diego probably because we work the same shift together.
Yeah.
If you want to role play it, if that.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, sure. I would find you, I guess, while you're working on deck, looking off into the horizon.
Yeah, I'm doing less brooding and barfing off the side of the ship nowadays.
You're standing up straight.
Yes.
Just walk up.
I would say I do have like a journal with me though.
Yeah. Writing.
That I'm writing like the daily activities and stuff.
What are you writing? I see you've been writing most days as of late. Is that a new habit of yours, journaling? Or
from stories I've heard from the captains, they seem to write down a log of sorts.
How's it coming?
Well, we're 20 days in, so I have 20 days worth of log.
Okay. What do you hope to do with that after? Or is it something that you hope to show others, or just something for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, Umbra told me to write a story, so
That's actually what I wanted to come to you about. I had just remembered this yesterday when I was talking to Beulah. A little bird came to me and told me that. No, but I do remember in Umbra's will.
Remember that shit?
Include me. I do remember, though, in the will that Umbra tells you to write a story, and I don't know how literal that was, if that's something you've already started on in these past years or anything like that. But if you're looking for more story to write, so be more in the research world of things, but I think story makes everything more interesting, even something that can be as wooden as academics, which I know you're not a fan of at times, at least the assembly. Anyway.
I'm a fan of academics and like academic thinking in general. I just think that the assembly is wrong.
Yeah, I understand.
I just
Anyway,
think more correctly about things.
I still work for them.
It's so.
Beulah has already sort of started this. She said it was something to do with Sansamel, about how part of Sansamel's thing, I suppose, is not just gathering information for the sake of gathering it, but
It's a very naive take.
passing it on as well. And so what she wants to do is, I talked to her about continuing Zenod's work, about sort of picking up where he left off, writing, not as him by any means, but she's so familiar with his style of writing and his style of research that it almost reads like his when she writes. And I thought maybe with the help of all of us, including yourself, if you want to, we could maybe start to piece together a work that isn't just for our own learning or for our own understanding of things like androids or whatever it is we're going into, but perhaps it could be shared more broadly as well.
I mean, yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea. You're talking about like an academic paper, basically.
Yes, but in my experience, story goes much farther than that does. So if there's, I don't know, I mean, not just the facts of, I can write that down on my own of like what we found, what it might mean, all the things like that. But so far, at least in my thinking, it needs a human touch to it, something that can, I don't know.
Do you remember?
Make people interested, I
Do you
guess.
remember when we first met? Why we met?
You met Raiji, and Raiji told you about us.
Met's a strong word.
You were surrounded by books, and you told us about the androids and about the moon.
Yes. Yeah, Elsif. That's not really the point of what I was going with that, but I wanted to look into the androids because I wanted to understand them better.
Have you made any progress?
I mean, as
Since I
much
saw
as
you last, I suppose.
much as you have. Kind of had to deal with some other stuff since in the time period when we were
Me too.
separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole Sansamel thing was an interesting thing.
I'd love to hear more about that.
You
When
would.
you deem it appropriate.
I'm sure. I mean, there's really not much else to tell. I think we've told you everything about it.
Other than what you plan to do next.
Now?
Or just
Or after?
where to go from here.
If we were to succeed?
Yeah, is that the end of that? Is that the end of that quest for you, or is that just it?
I think we
You
kind of...
tried, it didn't work, and that's
I think,
it?
well, I think it's a little bit out of a wheelhouse at this moment.
Definitely sounds like it.
You know,
but
with all of the cursing and losing of our abilities and things like that. Wasn't great. We were out for a long period of time. Yeah, I don't think I'll try that anytime soon.
Good. That's fair.
But as far as, I don't know, I'd love to contribute to an academic paper. I do think I will write my own story from my own perspective.
Sure.
Just because I think that is what Umbra wanted.
Sure.
But, you know,
The more perspective, the better. So
my perspective is going to be a little more bombastic than a research paper.
that's, I think, exactly what it might need.
So, but yes, I would love to compare notes. And I do have plenty of research that I've done in the past that Beulah might not know about, but
I'm sure she'd love to talk to you about it.
yeah, probably. She's really busy. We kind of have specifically her doing the most things right now.
It's kind of the thing where I think it's like her first job, so she doesn't know that this isn't normal to do this much work.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to keep her thinking that until she's told otherwise.
Yes, and honestly, it's a good thing that she bunks with Thress, because Thress is not going to inform her that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more tired she is, the quicker she goes to bed. The
This
less she
is-
talks to the rest. She's
This
always,
is a really well planned out thing you
Mhm.
did.
Yes, I do
I applaud
have
you.
experience with
Unpaid interns.
hiring young people and having them be overworked.
Charlie.
I like this one much more than I like Charlie, though. Charlie is the worst.
What did Charlie ever do, by the way?
He's just. Did you see his face?
I mean, yeah, it seemed fine. Very average.
Average. more than just average. He was averagely average. Also, he was kind of loser. He kind of, cramped my style.
I mean,
my style.
people view
You know.
all kinds of things as loserish, like
Yes, but I view
being a
Charlie
drow or
as.
living in a tent or,
First of all, I haven't lived in a tent for years, so
3.
stop bringing it up.
that's it. That's all that was just the one time.
Yeah, I know you talking behind my back. You're
I haven't
bashing my
told-
tent. And
Everyone
God
be
damn
like-
it, I miss it. It's weird being in a room.
Well, listen,
Don't realize how nice the mobility is. I guess we're on a ship, but it's fun to live outdoors. Anyway, yes, I'm a strongman that lives in a cool ship, and I don't need no tent.
yeah, that's okay. You don't have to have a tent if you don't want one.
This conversation went sideways.
I was just asking if you wanted to join in. A simple yes would do, or a simple no would do.
Yes, I think it would be lovely.
I can't help but tell you've been a little more uncomfortable around me lately. I mean, you've always been a little uncomfortable around me, but
I think it's because you're mean right now.
I'm mean.
Yes,
I'm trying to include you.
but you're mean about it.
How?
I used to be able to bully you,
So just anyone you can't bully is being mean to you?
No.
That sounds like a bully's way of thinking.
Well, yes. That is true. But I can't bully Renastiere, and I don't think he's mean.
So what's the difference?
You're just being a little snotty.
How so?
You call me out on my shit more often.
Have I been wrong yet? I
Is
mean, I would expect you to do the same to me.
Just because you're not wrong doesn't mean you should do it.
I mean, clearly it seems to help. I haven't seen you with a bottle of wine in a while.
That is absolutely not what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, okay.
That was more of a Renastiere talk, and also the drugs that
makes so
Phosphorus
much
is
sense.
giving me.
Oh, so you switched. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know. You think it's kind of a gray area, but it helps
Switch
a
the
lot.
drink for the drugs. Yeah.
Yes, I think I can come off of it at any time.
Sure.
It's non-addictive.
God damn it.
Well, I hope you know, I don't think any less of you than
Well,
I
it
ever have.
seems like you do.
Well,
If I'm being quite honest,
allow me to apologize. If that's okay.
I don't feel like you mean it.
That's a you problem.
That's also a you problem if you're wanting to apologize.
I want to apologize. I can't control if you don't have to accept my apology. That's okay. Just know that I'm sorry if I've been coming off in a way that's been rude, and I'm sorry if I've seemed a little more on edge than usual. It's because I am. What I've been up to the past 3 years has also been a lot, and has also been things that people haven't really asked much about or seem to care much about, and that's fine.
Well,
But
hold on.
things haven't been like all like rosy for me either the past 3 years, and maybe it has made me a bit more cautious or a bit less patient with people. And
What
I'm sorry
happened?
if that's come
Who
off.
hurt you?
I've been hurt for
Did-
a long time.
Did Marcy dump you?
No, she's great. She's great.
Okay. Did you start a business and lose it all?
No.
Okay. Do you have a drinking problem?
No, I just smoke. Not a
Right.
problem though. It's an enjoyable pastime.
Yeah. So you could quit if you wanted.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know why I'd want to, but yeah.
Interesting. But so what
I heard
happened?
Phosphorus has a thing for that.
Yes.
What happened? Did someone hurt you?
No.
What did Renastiere do?
Renastiere didn't do anything. If anything, he helped. I mean, for the past 3 years, I guess maybe you don't know much about the work I was doing with the Sariv, but I was essentially taking in people that were trying to escape the Manjan Empire and relocating them essentially through hostile territory to Wakuzana continuously. So everyone I've been around the past years has either lost their home, lost their family, fear for their lives, things of that nature. And so trying to get them a new start in Wakuzana from the outside. And while it's very gratifying work and good, it's not like I haven't met a lot of people that are having a good day in a while. And I'm sure Ren and people who are in the line of work like that, like being a guard or things, are used to that. And I did that for a long time as well, where I wasn't around a lot of happy people. But I thought I wanted to help so bad I never really considered the toll it might have taken on me. So to do that and then to go directly to, not that I wouldn't do it again, but, having to bail Phosphorus out and honestly, upon hearing what you two were up to, you have to admit, at first, it kind of sounds like a stupid move when it's explained in a short term. Of what I got of it very, very shortly, I should have asked and should have been more patient, I admit. Off the bat, what it sounded like is you guys wanted to know more about stuff. So you upset a god, got cursed, committed arson, went to prison, and now you're sad about it because of it. And so that, off the bat, might have rubbed me the wrong way. And I should have asked more, and I should have been more understanding. But to start like that, I think, was a bad way to start. And now I understand a little more. I think that it was not done for no reason or for a dumb reason or just because, as I may have thought at first, it was a genuine want. And so I apologize. I admit I have been holding a little bit of a grudge that I went from what felt like very important, necessary work to having to do that. And while, yes, I do have other things to do out here, as far as following some leads and things like that, I have been a little grumpier than usual. And I'm sorry if I don't want to be here. If I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't have come. But it is hard to know that I feel quite capable to help a lot, and it's stressful to know where to put that help towards. And right now, following north because north is where a tablet told us is tough for me to swallow. But that is a me problem, not a you problem.
That's stupid.
Feels like it.
Don't have things just be you problems. I did that, and then I drank too much. That's how I was coping with it. You're coping with it by kind of being a douche. Not in the fun way that I am. That's charming.
Not in the cool way.
Yeah. But you don't need to make things just you problems. If you think that it's going to be a burden to share that with someone else, then I think you're going about it wrong.
Just in the past with, I don't know, granted it's been 3 years and growth can happen, but the way Phosphorus has handled things, if I question them, is to say, don't question them, this is how it is, and then he walks away, and we tend not to have a long conversation about it. And if I tend to question things you do, that also tends to not go very well. So forgive me that I didn't exactly feel like I could talk to Ren about it, I guess, and I do talk to him about it at times, but forgive me. I probably wrongly assumed I wasn't in a position to be able to talk to you about it because I didn't think you'd understand. And I'm not, again, this is not your fault. I'm not at all turning this around to try to say that it's your fault that I've been behaving this way.
It kind of sounds like that, though, but that does seem like something I should work on.
As you said, you used to be able to bully me, so that doesn't exactly come off like, come talk to me, I'll understand, when you literally said you bullied me.
Yes, but I was being funny. That's really all I have going for me.
Okay. Well, this is me telling you I'm sorry, and that I will work on being better and not just keeping things to myself, and that maybe I need a little more explanation or convincing than the average unpaid intern. But I think it would really help me a lot if I can handle things a lot better that I understand. And I know you're in a world of the mysterious unknown and mysteries and things like that. And while those are exciting to me too at times when it comes to my friends, it stresses me out when I don't know what's going on or why. And I want to ask, and I think I used to be a little better at that, but lately my mind's just been so clouded that it's been tough. So if it looks like I maybe need a little extra explanation or help, you're probably correct.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm sorry, too. I shouldn't have been as difficult as I was before, and I'm sorry I put you in a position where you felt like you couldn't come to me with anything. Before I met you guys, I lived in a tent for most of my life, and the interactions I had with people before then were people I thought were stupid at the assembly, and my alcoholic father, and I, outside of the short years I had with my mother, I really didn't have any kind of positive interaction with people. So my walls have been up a bit.
I understand.
And I'm still working on that a little bit.
Sounds like we both have some work to do.
Yes.
I just kind of like look around a bit. Well, starting next week, we'll be looking more into that writing, if you will.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
I've reached my hand out to like shake your hand.
Mm-hmm. I daintily shake it.
I like paw. Yeah.
I have to be a little dainty now because I've been adding muscle. I've been known to hurt people's hands. It was really rough in the early years of our business when I was making deals and breaking hands.
I'm glad you think I'm the douche. I'm just
I
kidding.
don't know what it is about the phrase. I've been known to hurt people's hands. It's so funny. Okay.
I just, would like shake hands and make my way wherever this isn't.
I don't think that was douchey, but okay.
All right, Renastiere.
Sorry, I shook your hand soft. I've been putting on a lot of muscle lately.
Okay, Renastiere Phosphorus, it's your turn for heart to heart.
Actually,
Renastiere turns invisible and tries to go in the engine room.
I have two things. One of them is if Therese follows up with the whole wooden thing over the course of the next 4 days.
Just two things. I have a heart-to-heart with Aimon, and I have a heart-to-heart with Diego.
At the same time.
Nor phosphorus.
She rolled a 19.
Okay.
So it's just slightly less than the duck.
My duck. I just tipped my duck's top hat.
It'll probably be one of the times I'm like up on deck.
Yeah. She'd come find you and give it to you. She'd also like hold it up and look to Perrin because he's up there.
Yeah.
And she knows you can like talk
I'd
to
like
him.
hand it to him like, look,
Yeah.
it's you.
Oh.
How long did it take to make?
Couple hours.
Well, it looks wonderful. I will cherish it forever. I don't get a lot of things like this. Gifts, I guess.
What does he think? She looks to Perrin.
Well, Perrin,
He kind of like he's kind of like done the thing where he has it in his mouth very gently. Like dogs will carry something that they know is fragile, and he's already like put it in his area.
oh, he has it like.
Yeah.
I think he approves. It's like a little version of him, just sitting right next to him.
Let me know if you need anything else made.
I appreciate it.
When is your birthday?
When did we say my birthday was? I don't even remember.
That's a great
It's
question.
like first season.
I regret asking this question. It's
Never
not-
mind. Put it in post.
I don't believe it's anytime soon.
My birthday is, and then just Jack's voice.
Yeah. Your birthday is the 13th of last leaf. So that in last
Long
leaf
way away,
is
right?
the last month of the year. Yeah, so pretty far away.
It's the 13th of last leaf, so it's a bit of ways, but
And a late gift.
well, it's appreciated nonetheless. It's actually first gift I've gotten for my birthday in a very long time.
Oh. Why do your friends not get you gifts?
I guess I just don't really give off the vibes of that. And we've also, most of the time we're together, it's not really the main focus. Honestly, that's something I've been trying to work on is for so long I've focused so much on my work, I've never thought about myself really in any real capacity outside of just protecting people and making sure that my allies are taken care of, but I guess I just wanted to see what else I could find out of life. That's my new motto, I suppose.
Is that the day you were born or the day you came back?
It's my birthday.
Okay.
As big of a gift as it is, I don't try to reminisce too much about the second birth.
That makes sense.
But it's still a important part of me, of course, but more of a somber day.
If you would like to talk about it, I am here.
I appreciate that greatly. I will take you up on that.
Though I have not died. I do not plan to.
Well, I very much hope that is not an experience you have to go through either.
I agree.
And I will try my best, as is my job, to make sure that no one has to serve that fate.
Yeah, she go back to her work.
I would also at some point
Okay.
ask Phosphorus when he's free to meet me on the deck. Probably a
Okay.
different day, not the same. All right, next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been patiently waiting.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No,
You
I
would
wouldn't
never do that. Yeah.
So you
the
asked me to
chaplain's
meet you on
office.
the desk? On the deck?
Yeah,
Okay.
at some
Alright.
point during our shift when
Yeah.
you're free. Not building things
I-
or creating disintegrate for invisible people.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone's got the warning.
Yeah.
I walk up on deck.
How are things progressing as far as the ring thing? I don't know crafting. What?
That's already done.
Oh, yeah. I guess that was what you all were working
Correct.
on the past couple days. I've been meaning to talk to you about well, stuff we normally don't really talk about, but I guess I've been pondering on it.
What kind of topic is this?
A couple of different things. But it seems like you're keeping your promise to Umbra with his will.
Trying.
How do you feel like you're faring with that?
Horribly.
Why is that?
Well, my one major attempt to try to figure out knowledge took one of the only things I actually love about this world away from me. Knocked me out for a week. And then, I don't know, that just kind of spiraled from there. I've been very frustrated recently about not actually being able to complete anything.
As far as
Well, on
projects?
long-term projects. I'm no closer to figuring out, well, I don't know if I will ever be able to figure out anything related to alchemy anymore. I'm still trying to figure out lycanthropy, and I feel like I'm no closer with magic. I'm starting to understand how Scrot got the way he was.
Finding the easiest route after
Yes.
many failures. I can understand that. But at the same time, I don't think it's very easy for anyone to drop something they've held, whether it was your choice or not, is not really relevant. But having to have something that you've honed for so many years taken away and gotten as far as you have with something that you, as far as I've known, you've sworn off. That's not a normal feat for any normal person. I mean, I've known my magic was given to me because of my persistence and religious perseverance. And that's not using my brain or anything like that, or honing my craft or researching. And as much as I appreciate it, of course, it's not a natural born talent or anything like that. At least not as far as Tezetsios has made me aware of. But
Wouldn't your natural born talent be more related to physically fighting?
I mean, I did have to earn that, and I would be lying if I said that if that were suddenly taken from me, that would not harm me. But I think that's the difference between me and you, is that if that were taken away from me, I don't think I would be much use anymore. I don't know that I could continue on, but I think you have a persistence and a resilience that you're not acknowledging, that you, even if you had to take some time to put the pieces together, you stood back up again and took a different route when you needed to.
Suppose I don't have another choice.
Sometimes the choice you're handed is all you got, and that's what you make of it is what's important. And I would say that, especially under the circumstances, you've made more strides. I don't think that there's anybody, even if I think personally I'd never have, I mean, I was already anxious when I may have pissed off Anahel, but reaching for such a level, well, ballsy and a little premature maybe. I don't think that there are many mages who've reached even that level for a god to notice them enough to do that. This may be a step back, but I think that your journey has plenty more to go, especially with your goals. And maybe this gives you the pieces that you need that you didn't have before. It's a new opportunity to find knowledge where you didn't have before.
Maybe.
I know I'm not going to be much help with the magic side of things. Obviously, prayers or anything. I try to keep you all in my nightly prayers as much as possible, but what is your end goal?
Well, originally my end goal was always to figure out a way to extend the life of Rafolk. I always thought I could figure that way through alchemy. I have no idea how to accomplish that with magic. And I don't know. I don't think I know what my end goal is anymore.
I think that your end goal must still be the same. It's just that the path there is cloudier now. But with the path we tread, there's many answers to find, especially if these androids we seek had such power that we were not fully aware of until this time. Maybe this is the path you need to reach that goal. I wouldn't count yourself out or your goals lost. I think you can very much accomplish those things. Do you know why I bailed you out in the first place all those years ago at this point?
Actually, no. I never really thought about it.
Well, in the same way that when I died, somebody took the time to see what I had in me, to give me another chance, to apply that value and that goal and tenacity that I think I have. I saw a little bit of that in you, just a little off the beaten path a bit. But I've always known but never said to you that I think you have so much potential to do so much good for the world. And I didn't want to see that rotting away on the cell floor. And honestly, I think we're past the point of this being a necessity. And I pull the ledger off my belt, and I just toss it off the boat.
Okay. I'm going to note that in case we ever do anything under these islands, that would be the greatest callback to this campaign of all time.
But there's just a ledger.
God will remember
well.
this. Oh, thank God. I don't remember the last time I got paid.
I don't want our continued partnership to be under the assumption of some sort of obligation. And I feel at a certain point, even though I added to it, our continued expeditions became more than that. So to me, I would rather work with you as equals than having this weight over your head. And in a way that, even though we don't always agree, we do line up in a lot of ways, and practicality and things along those lines. So, I don't want you to see me as your parole officer. Would like to think that you're my friend.
Thank you.
And like I said, not too much on the knowledge standpoint, but I hope you know that I am here for you with whatever you need from me.
I appreciate that. I need to think on some things.
I understand.
I'm gonna head downstairs.
You're like, I have so much more money to make things.
Money, 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 money!
Nope, my bank account is still
Goes
zero.
to dreaming. Goes to dreaming snow. Hey, about that savings you had.
No, Phosphorus's credit score just jumped.
Yeah. So at the end of the 4 days, you have now arrived kind of in the area to look for what you're looking for. In that time, Beulah really didn't speed things up too much. Instead of getting there at night, you got there kind of in the middle of the day. With the party and crew now closer than ever, they're well prepared for the dangers ahead, though uncharted skies await. What sorts of creatures will they encounter on the island? Will they even find the island? And what exactly is an apparatus? All of this and more, next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, thanks for listening.